just quickly, I've just gone back and checked the footage, and it's super white. My face is looking like a snowman. Yeah, I need to work this out. I got the ring light last video. I had one comment saying that it was a bit too white. Now I can see it's super white. But just quickly, we move into our new house in 2 weeks. We get the keys this Friday, and we move in the next week. And I will be having a studio in one of the bedrooms. Yes, more videos, more often, better quality. Leave it with me. It's happening. Back to the video. Finley, do you want to come and say hello? Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a few weeks. My beard's been growing and so has Finley. He is, I think he's 13 weeks old. 13 weeks old. We've enjoyed the puppy stages. He's definitely getting better. He's a very smart boy and he has very sharp teeth. Yeah, so, yeah, can I do the video? All right, see you later. He's gonna go back to chewing and let's get on with it. So, yes, my beard has been growing. I made the mistake last year and I clean shaved. I was doing the same thing, I was growing it. And after I shaved it, it was so cold on my face. I felt the wind instantly. So this year I'm growing it. Just deal with it. If you can't handle a beard, just, I don't know, cover my face. But yeah, I hope it doesn't bother you too much. This video, we're going to be talking about the cultural differences between Australia and Finland. And most importantly, my experiences with the cultural differences between Australia and Finland. Let's get into it. Now, I remember it was my third day in Finland and me and my partner, she was taking me a walk around her place where she grew up. What do you call it? Her town? Yeah, she was taking me for a walk around her town. And there was another Finnish person out walking her dog, I believe. Yeah. And me, being an Australian and a friendly Australian at that, I went to greet her and I waved and I said hello, and she blatantly ignored me and kept walking. My partner thought I was creepy. You don't do that in Finland. You don't approach strangers. You don't say hello, especially to people you don't know. And that's something that I'm still coming to terms with. I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. I just like to greet people. If I'm walking and I see someone and we make eye contact, I'll throw a head nod, just out of respect. But I don't really appreciate it. I'm at a 90% fail rate of them just looking the other direction and not returning the head nod, and it's crushing my spirit. So yeah, that's the biggest one for me. In Australia, if you're walking down the road or if you're even driving a car and you just pass a person, you're tempted to throw up a finger, throw up a hand, throw up a finger, a friendly couple of fingers, and just greet that person. That's something that I've just come to know, and it's something that's just expected, I guess. Like you're considered rude if you don't do that. So yeah, greeting people especially strangers, is something extremely common in Australia, and it is something that is frowned upon here in Finland. So if you are from a country like myself where it is normal to do that, just don't take it the wrong way, because here in Finland, when they don't return your gesture, it's not offensive. You know, there's no malice behind it. There's no hate. It's just they don't do it here. So yeah, respect that difference. This one goes hand in hand with approaching people and trying to get their attention. Yeah, the biggest thing for me is I like to go to the gym, and back in Australia, going to the gym, if you're, I don't know, doing an exercise that requires someone to help you, or you're lifting a new weight that you're not that comfortable with, and you'd feel much better if there was a person there spotting you. In Australia, it's perfectly normal to go up to someone and say, "Hey mate, you know, could you give us a spot, or could you just watch this," or just something along those lines. But in Finland, in my 2 years of being here, I have met maybe 3 people. Yeah, 3 people out of about 20 that was willing to spot me. And just quickly on that, I understand the whole gym ego. You get in, you're focused, you're there to work out, and that's the same in Australia. But I feel like it's more of a, I guess, like a community. Like, for example, I've been going to the same gym here for a bit over 12 months, and there's honestly, I could count on one hand the amount of people that look at me and I look at them, and we just sort of, like, there's just a mutual understanding of, I know that guy, but we don't say anything. There's no head nods, there's no waving. It's just a look, and yeah, I recognize that face. That's it. In Australia, it'd be high fives. Hey bro, what's going on? And yeah, it's just, it just doesn't happen here. So yeah, being approachable. I feel like when you look at Finns, especially Finnish male, when you look at a Finnish male, they've just got this look on their face, like, don't come to me, don't ask me, I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to help you. But when you break that wall, and you actually start to communicate, and especially myself, when you communicate in English and they return, oh yeah, I speak English, and then you start communicating in English, they're not as scary as they look. Don't be afraid to go up to Finnish people and ask them. It's definitely not me bagging on Finns. Lovely people. You just need to get them to open up, and trust me, when you do, it could be good or it could be bad. I mean, you're either in for a 5-second conversation or a 30-minute conversation. You just got to be willing to roll those dice and just go with it. Now, I'm a pretty conservative person. The only real time that I was confronted with male nudity was when I was going through basic training in the military, and for some reason, don't ask me why, all the shower doors were taken off, and you're essentially lining up and everyone's just showering naked together. I thought it was strange, and it's something that I just sort of had to do. That was an experience. It was different for me. And coming here now, saunas, naked, with strangers. I don't know. To this day, it still doesn't really sit well with me. Another one, at the gym all the time. Saunas. After workout, I go into the changing room and I'm getting ready. I'm getting dressed to leave. I don't like to shower at the gym. I just don't like to. But every time I go there and I get changed, get ready to leave, there's always people in there in the big open cubicle showering all together, and then they just sauna it up. It's completely different to what I've grown up doing. And in Australia, I mean, they had showers. Some gyms had saunas, not a Finnish sauna, but it was a sauna, went up to 40 degrees, which was hot for me. Yeah, but there's definitely no big open room and showers. So being naked around other men is something that was an absolute eye-opener. Cultural difference. You don't have to go in naked. You could go in wearing your shorts or your underwear and have a shower. Whatever, it's up to you. It just depends how serious you are about getting involved in the Finnish culture. And I, for one, am willing, I'm gladly willing to skip on this one. One of the biggest things because, you know, when I came to Finland and I was talking to other Finns and I'm just trying to learn more and more about the country and the culture, is Finnish food, right? I do Finnish food on my channel and I'm going to continue doing that, but I always get a question in return about Australian cuisine, okay? And my answer is always the same. Yeah, we have some items, there's not many, that are Australian, but the thing about that is Australia has such a multicultural, diverse population, and all the other foods are just, yeah, they're just grabbed from other countries and just with a little bit of an Aussie twist. So yeah, Australian cuisine, it's semi non-existent. I mean, the way of cooking, the way we do things they're definitely Australian, but Australian cuisine is almost non-existent. So that's definitely a big cultural difference. Coffee. When I came to Finland, there was a handful of things that I knew. Population of, 5 million, and then 50% of the population, so 2,500, math. 2.5 million of the population had a sauna. So there were half as many saunas as there are people. Crazy, ridiculous figures. 99% of the country's water is drinkable. And what is it? Oh, that's right, coffee. They drink the most coffee in the world. I mean, Finns love their coffee. I think I was reading a statistic the other day. Finnish women, I don't know what job they do, but they drink up to 7 cups a day. It's not all Finnish women, but that's crazy. I drink 2. One to wake me up, and the second one just because I like the taste. Back in Australia, and I hate to say this, but I never used a coffee machine. You were considered fancy if you had a coffee machine, but not me. Just have my big old tin of grounded up, almost powdered coffee, and I'll just scoop that in and a bit of hot water and scull it. But here, no, it's definitely not like that. It is an art to finish coffee. It's so funny, when I met my partner in Australia and she asked for a coffee and I gave her one of these coffees that I was so used to having with the little satchel and the powdered coffee. She refused to drink it. She absolutely hated it. I didn't understand why. Coffee's coffee. Back then I used to think you just drink it for the caffeine boost. You know, you don't enjoy the taste. And now I'm here. Finns have coffee in the morning. They have coffee after lunch. And then second lunch, like something sweet. Have a coffee, dinner. And then after dinner, they have their cakes and another coffee. It's coffee. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the amount of coffee they drink. When I met my Finnish partner, there were I probably had 2 t-shirts, 4 singlets, and I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 pairs of shorts, 1 pair of shoes, and thongs. 365 days of the year in Australia, where I lived in Queensland, I would be wearing a singlet, and I would be wearing shorts, and I would be wearing thongs. If I was going out for dinner, that singlet would swap to a t-shirt. If it was super fancy, I'd put on jeans and a t-shirt with sleeves. That was it. I barely had any clothes, and I was cool with that. Australia's hot, especially in Queensland, and that was my attire. When I came to Finland, I arrived with the same amount of clothes. I think it was maybe two weeks. And I just started to realize how many clothes I did not have, especially to suit the climate here. We have clothes for spring. You have a different outfit for summer, a different outfit for autumn, a different outfit for winter. Obviously the seasons are completely different, but I don't like to go clothes shopping, so this sucked. To this day, I hate going clothes shopping. If I can, I'm a minimalistic man. If I can, I'll get away with trying to wear the same clothes all the time. You've probably seen it. I still rock the same stuff. If I'm not doing videos, I'm probably walking around the house in a singlet. It's literally the only place I can wear singlets now. It sucks. In Australia, I used to wear them all the time. Here in Finland, it's around the house. So yeah, clothes. Be prepared. Women, you're gonna love it. Guys, be prepared to buy a lot of clothes. A lot of clothes. Driving. Oh my God. Yeah. It depends where you live in Australia, and obviously it depends where you're gonna go. Just make sure it's recording. Yeah, it depends where you live in Australia, and it depends where you want to go, and whether or not you're going on the highway or you're just driving around the city or the town. They're all very different experiences, but in some way they're the same. When you get in the car, you need to pray and just go for it. Go up to a roundabout, and if there's an opening, you take it. If you're overtaken, you don't hesitate, you just do it. If you make a mistake in Australia, you will pay the cost for it on the road. In some ways, I feel like it's made me a better driver. But I'm very glad that I experienced driving in Australia before I came to Finland. I'm going to be doing a video soon of driving in Finland, but it's definitely one of the cultural differences that I wanted to talk about, because there's road rage. Road rage in Finland is a little bit different. I've experienced road rage. They drive past if you're going too slow in the fast lane, and they get around you and they give you signals. They give you signals from their car to yours, and they yell and whatever, and on they go. In Australia, if you were to do that, there's a pretty high chance that person would follow you until you got out of the car, and then they would have a very strong talking with you. With a high chance of physical abuse. Yeah. Road rage in Australia is different. People go from 0 to 100 very quickly because it's an anxious thing. Yeah, like I said, you make a mistake and it'll cost you a lot. Driving in Finland. Pros. Your roads are better. Your highways, so much room. It blows me away, and I love it. Every time I use the road, I'm just so happy with the amount of room I have on the highway, how smooth the road is, and it just makes me feel so much safer, right? They've cleared spaces next to the road. You can clearly see if a deer or something's going to come out. In Australia, it's definitely not like that. They have trees right up to the road. Here, what's considered one lane on a one-lane road could possibly, in some places in Australia, become a 2-lane road, and yeah, and you're just cruising down there in your car, and then next minute you're meeting a truck, and you've got to somehow pass each other. Stuff like that happens all the time. But here in Finland, and it's because of the professional driver that I have become, nobody likes to indicate. Some people like to indicate. Nobody likes to do it. Barely ever done. It drives me absolutely crazy. And with that, with driving, hand in hand, police present. I've been here for 2 years, and once I've seen one car pull over a vehicle on the highway. Once. That's crazy. In Australia, if I was cruising, if I was even on the highway, it'd be a weird day if you didn't see a cop car with its lights on about to pull someone over or pulling someone over. They're just so more frequent. They're there. They're alert. I don't know if they have a quota that they need to make for the day, a certain amount of fines that they need to give out. But here in Finland, they're just non-existent. I just barely see the police doing that. I don't know why that is. So if you know, please let me know. But yeah, that's definitely a big cultural difference. The amount of police that I see pulling people over, which is weird because the amount of stuff that I see going on Finnish roads just drives me crazy, and I feel like maybe if there was a bit more of a police presence on the road, maybe that stuff wouldn't be happening. But yeah, anyway, that's a cultural difference that I have noticed driving in Finland and driving in Australia. Lifestyles are very different in Australia. I guess in a way you live to work in some aspects. There's been some jobs, there's some people that I've met and things that I've been involved in where working is more important than, how do I say this? If you're not doing more than 10, 12-hour days, people look at you like you're crazy. Here in Finland, it's awesome that people want to have a life outside of work. And for a long time, it was something that I had to wrap my head around, is the whole concept of working to live and living to work, right? So in Finland, they want you to have a life outside of work, which is amazing, you know? Yeah, you can do more than 8 hours, 10-hour days. That's completely up to you and whatever the job you're doing. But if you do 8-hour days, they're fine with it. They understand. You've got a life, you've got things to do, which is awesome. In Australia, the mentality was, if you're not going to do more than 8 hours, what's the point of even rocking up? Yeah. The work and life balance is so much better here in Finland. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to discuss. Australian culture. The biggest thing, I guess, when people ask me, okay, what's Australian culture like? They like to drink. They like to fight. They like to go to the beach. They like to have barbecues. They like to fish. In Finland, nature. They like to go out in nature a lot, which, you know, same in Australia. You go out camping, four-wheel driving, do stuff in nature. But here it just feels like it's a bit different. I mean, you have these little pockets of towns and buildings, and then not too far, within like a kilometre square radius, there's a little forest. There's a lake not too far away, and after work, people go running, go walking, cycling, whatever you want to do, and they do it in the forest. Yeah, Finnish people love their nature. I guess it's the same as in Australia, going to the beach. Aussies love going to the beach. I'm sure I haven't been to a beach here in Finland. The Australian beach or Finnish beach is definitely two different things. I haven't been to a beach here in Finland, so I don't know. Maybe peak time in summer. The one day in summer where it's that perfect weather, maybe the beach is pumping, but yeah, I don't know, I haven't experienced that yet. So I guess the way Australians feel about the beach is the way Finns feel about the forest. So yeah, that's just a few of the cultural differences that I've experienced while living here in Finland. Just quickly, I want to apologise for the first start of the video. I know there was noise, but Finley's a puppy. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to put him in a cage, or otherwise there would be barking. So until I have an actual room and Finley isn't so attached and he doesn't mind being alone for a while, get ready to put up with him chewing. But anyway, I won't get him again, he's having a sleep. So yeah, as I said, these are just some cultural differences that I've noticed since I've been in Finland, and I'm sure there are many more that I'm going to experience and be exposed to the longer I be here. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.